usual platform from which to speak. She used it to assist those with disabilities. She did an extraordinary...
This is KTN News.
Wakati tulikuwa hapa tukahimiza watu waweze kuhamia sehemu ambazo watakuwa salama. Wakati huo tulikuwa tumepoteza Wakenya 116 waliokuwa wamepoteza maisha yao. Juzi nimekuwa kule Budalangi siku 2 zilizopita, na wakati huo ni Wakenya 164 walikuwa wamepoteza maisha yao kwa ajili ya mafuriko sehemu mbalimbali za nchi yetu, zile ambazo tumeelezwa kuna mvua. Siku ya leo, usiku wa kuamkia jana, tumepoteza Wakenya wengine 30 kwa masaa karibu 44. Sasa wale wamepoteza maisha ni Wakenya 194. 194 lives have been lost sababu ya mafuriko haya. Leo niko hapa na mawaziri wenzangu kuhimiza tena, tafadhali, kama unaishi karibu na mto kama Nzoia, Sabwani, mto Nyando, mto Tana na mito nyingine katika taifa letu zimefurika, zimevunja ukingo na uko hatarini wewe na familia yako. Sikiza maelekezo umepewa na serikali kuu, serikali za county, ma-county commissioners wetu na wataalamu, uweze kuhamia sehemu zilizo salama. Wengi wamekuwa wanauliza tunahamia wapi? Kule kwenye county commissioners wanajua ni wapi wanahamisha watu. Na zaidi kwa sasa, wakati shule zimefungwa, tumekuwa tunatumia hizi shule kuweza kuweka zile familia zimeathirika na mafuriko. Kwa hivyo mtahamishwa, lakini ukifika kwa shule pia serikali itaendelea kupeana msaada kwako wewe na kwa familia yako. Kwa hivyo ukielekezwa, tafadhali nenda pale kwa hizi shule. Tuko tunapeleka chakula kwa familia hizi. Vile vile Wizara ya Maji napeleka maji, na Wizara ya Afya pia tumeomba ya kwamba masks ziweze kupeanwa kwa kambi hizi ambazo tuna waathiriwa mbalimbali. Na hii ni mambo tunaendelea kufanya. Tumekuwa kule magharibi mwa Kenya, kesho tunaelekea Garissa, na tutakuwa pia Tana River na maeneo ya pwani, ili tuendelee kusaidiana na serikali za county kusaidia zile familia zimeathirika. Lakini kwa sasa, tafadhali msipuuze ilani ambayo mmepokea siku ya leo. Asanteni.
Let me invite my colleague CS Qatar to tell us about the situation of the hydro dams in the country.
Well, thank you and good morning. As you have been told, hardly a month ago we were here, and the situation at the moment is serious, as my colleagues have said. The reservoir of Masinga, as per this morning, we've reached historical figure of 1057.86 above the sea level. Maximum reservoir is 1056.5, so you can see it's above. So it is a serious issue, and we are telling the people who are downstream Garissa all the way to Tana River, things are worsening. They are not the same as we were here. So we are asking them to move. Let them not wait for water, because this is historical. 1057.86 is the highest ever since Masinga was built. Likewise, on the western part of Kenya, Tarkwel, we've also reached historical figure of 1139 meters above the sea level. The situation in Tarkwel is vice versa of Masinga. We are telling the people who are moved closer to the dam upstream. This is not on the lower stream. Masinga is downstream, Tarkwel is upstream. We are asking them to move urgently, because as you've heard from the people who are looking at the weather, things are worsening. the rains are becoming heavy. So please, let's heed the advice from the experts and we move urgently. Thank you so much.
Thank you, CS Kater. Let me invite CS Cicely Kariuki for water and sanitation to tell us about the state of our waters in the country.
Thank you very much, CS Tobiko, colleagues, members of the Fourth Estate. Good morning. As a result of what we have been told, several impacts from a water perspective have happened. We have so far lost crop running into 8,000 acres, particularly in the Jando area. That is rice, which was about to mature. We have also found ourselves having infrastructure that was hitherto going to protect further movement, a backflow of water from Lake Victoria being washed away. And importantly, we have also seen out of landslides which have been experienced, especially on the Aberdare side, in the last 5 days, we have seen water scarcity, particularly into Nairobi via Ngedo. That is where we transmit water coming into, particularly Nairobi City. We have had similar effects in Nyeri, water shortages in Nyeri town. We have similar shortages reported in Kisumu, but also in Nakuru, because the infrastructure to deliver water has also been washed away. But pipelines also clogged because the turbidity of the water has effectively meant the water flowing is half mud and half water. Now the teams have moved to restore and unclog the distribution systems with much success, but even as this is happening, we have upped our interventions by way of reorganizing and rationalizing the distribution of water, particularly in Nairobi. We have, and I believe as you came, you saw several boozers, water boozers, tracking water and moving water, and we have continued to keep the consumers alert of what is happening. We expect this scarcity to continue in the coming 5 days, and that is why we appeal for water to be used in a rational manner, sparingly, knowing that we have this temporary problem. We have also moved in to position water tanks, particularly to the affected populations that have been affected, and we have availed portable, clean water in these locations. So again, let's heed the call. Let's be as careful as we are being advised to be. Thank you.
Thank you, Cicely. CS Musheru will tell us about the central role of ICT and communication in the context of the situation we find ourselves in. CS Musheru.
Thank you very much, Waziri. Good morning, media. Let me say I'm very pleased that you've all come today to listen to what even my colleagues are here saying regarding the current challenges we're facing as a country. As you know, right now, flooding is a big area. And we are also seeing a lot of infrastructure and lives lost. And as a result, movement and many things are going to be a challenge. So mine is really to appeal to the media to continue to support the efforts that the government is putting in place so that citizens are fully informed on all the dangers that the floods are presenting, and that they get to know in advance so that they are able to take precautions and be able to move. You've seen in some places people are saying it's not raining here and therefore they are not moving, and yet when it rains in the mountains, the floods come and they will sweep them away. So I'm really calling on media to really take care of the information and ensure that our citizens get the right information at the right time. We've agreed with the Met Department that they are going to be publishing and presenting that information to you all on a daily basis. They may even do that 2 or 3 times a day, so that you're able to know very specifically which areas are being affected and which people should be able to move, and then you're able to transmit that information to them very quickly. So I appeal to you to do the same even on social media, and even all those on social media that are spending a lot of time talking about many other things. Please alert people on the current dangers that we're having, both COVID and now the flood situation that we're facing, so that we can be able to go together as a country and ensure that there's safety for everyone. Thank you. Right, I'm also just informed we are still using it. So one of the areas we've also decided we will do is that for all the displaced people that we're taking to camps, other than giving them food, we are already transferring cash directly to them so that they are able to use that money for the various things that they use. At the moment, they are given mosquito nets, they're given food and many other things. But if we give them cash, then they have more of an opportunity to decide for themselves how much they want to spend on what, but at least it means they have more dignity and the economy continues to grow with the money that they will get. So the cash transfers are already happening. We've already sent out to over 200,000 families across the country, and we've included the people that are now being displaced and affected by the floods. I want to thank the mobile operators for the support that they've been giving us in ensuring that we have the right data to reach out to them. So as we use technology, let's make sure we use it also to ensure we are communicating and informing people so that as a country we can remain safe. Asanteni sana.
Thank you, Joe. And lastly, but not least, let me invite CS Matiang'i to tell us about the security implication, and as chair of the NDICC, the government coordinating mechanism in dealing with this. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, colleagues from the media, for both turning up today and for the work that you consistently do to support our messaging and our communication with the rest of the country. My first point is that effective this morning, we have raised the level of alert in the country in relation to the flooding situation and several other things that we need to do. We have given instructions this morning to our regional security team in northeastern and in parts of eastern and coast to begin moving people. As I speak to you, we have an operation in Tana River and an operation in Garissa. We are not waiting for people to be swept downstream. We are moving some people using public resources, moving some people away from danger. And that level of alert will remain raised for the next week or two until we are satisfied that we are away from danger. Because you've heard my colleagues have said the waters in the dams have risen to unprecedented levels, and we can anticipate clearly that if we do not move the populations we have along the waterways, we are going to have disaster. So I first of all want to appeal to the leaders and the people of Garissa and Tana River particularly. Government is doing what we must do, and please, for those who like all the time saying that it's not fair to push people out, we do not have an option. We are moving some people out by force. We have instructed the county commissioners and the county security teams in Garissa and in Tana River to move everyone on those ways away from there, even if it means putting them on lorries ourselves and getting them out of danger. We would not like to experience that kind of situation. Secondly, I would like to ask citizens of our great country, our fellow citizens, we want to be as polite and as
You're good. Yeah. We're good to go. We can good for the government. Yeah.
Get height.
Basi mpenzi mtazamaji, picha unazozipata hivi sasa kutoka eneo la Kabarak ni kwamba seneta wa Baringo Gideon Moi anatarajiwa kuzindua usambazaji wa barakoa na vitakasa mikono vitakavyosambazwa katika kaunti ya Baringo, na watakaopewa vifaa hivyo ni pamoja na makundi tu yanayohusika na huduma muhimu katika jamii kama vile wanawake, wafanya biashara. Kwa hivyo basi mpenzi mtazamaji, ndio picha ambayo unaipata moja kwa moja kutoka eneo la Kabarak, ama pia ukipenda katika chuo kikuu cha Kabarak, ambapo seneta wa Baringo Gideon Moi anatarajiwa tu kuzindua usambazaji wa barakoa na vitakasa mikono, ama vifaa pia muhimu vitakavyosaidia katika wakati huu ambapo nchini Kenya tunapambana na janga zima la COVID-19. Ni taarifa ambayo unaipata moja kwa moja kutoka Kabarak, na sisi hapa ndani ya Leo Mashinani tuko ange kabisa kuelezea taarifa hii kwa kina.
We want to thank you for these masks as well as the sanitizers that our beloved senator has donated, Lord God, and we donate it to people in Baringo. We pray, Lord God, that your people would heed to what the government is saying, and we pray for protection, Lord God, on your part, for our people and for ourselves. Not only here in Kenya, but around the world. We have a great challenge and difficulties, but we thank you because we have a God who knows everything. So Lord God, take care of us from the beginning until the end. For we pray in Jesus' name.
My name is Sandy Fula, the County Commissioner of Baringo. Nataka kuwakaribisha mimi because of the COVID we are not supposed to be many. Alafu pia tunatakana mkutano ya dakika 15. I will take all of you to quarantine. So sir, without much ado, I would want to welcome you. I remember the professor wants to say nothing. So I want to welcome you. You can unveil this and we'll take it as a transparent way for you. Thank you very much.
The county commissioner, the vice chancellor, the principal of Kabarak, high school, our provost, who is with us, and everybody who is gathered here to get leadership. Mine is just to say, today we are gathered here, but in a very serious matter. We found ourselves as a country in a very peculiar and very sad state. That we do have, unfortunately, a disease which has come in and decimated a lot of parts of the world and has come to us in. So the responsibility for each one of us is to do what we can to help our fellows. Hence, as a family, we've decided that we will give some masks for my county, which I'm a senator, Baringo County, and we'll be extending it to the other counties. These masks are made here at Kabarak University Tailoring Shop, and they've done it to the highest of standards. And this is the international standards, so whoever has them knows that they're absolutely protected. So as you've heard, the county commissioner said we cannot take much time, otherwise he's going to quarantine us. So I'll just take this opportunity to hand over these masks to the county commissioner so that he can take them home to Baringo. Thank you very much. Thank you.
That's it.
Oh, it's all right.
We're on board. Thank you. Asante sana. Thank you very much, Senator.
Thank you.
This will reach our people in Baringo in all 7 sub-counties.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you. With a prayer?
Lord God, we have come to the end of this brief service. We dedicate these things, Lord God, to be used by your people in the name of God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you.
Na basi mpenzi mtazamaji, kama ulivyoona hapo ni seneta wa Baringo Gideon Moi akisambaza tu vifaa vitakavyosaidia kupigana na janga hili la COVID-19, na vifaa hivi ni barakoa pamoja na vitakasa mikono ambavyo vitasambazwa kwa wakazi wa kaunti hiyo ya Baringo. Na kama alivyodokeza hapo seneta wa Baringo ni kwamba barakoa hizo zimetengenezwa katika chuo kikuu cha Kabarak. Tukiachana na hayo mpenzi mtazamaji, kwanza kabisa mkaribisha katika taarifa za leo mashinani. Jina langu ni Frida Mwaka. Tukiangazia taarifa tuliyoipata hapo awali dakika chache tu zilizopita ni kwamba idara ya utabiri wa hali ya hewa imetangaza kuwa mvua kubwa itaendelea kunyesha katika maeneo mengi nchini hadi mwisho wa mwezi wa Mei. Idara hiyo inasema kuwa mvua hiyo itaendelea kusababisha mafuriko na kuwataka Wakenya kufuata ilani zinazotolewa kwa ajili ya usalama wao. Taarifa zinasema kuwa tayari mabwawa ya maji yamefurika huku mito ikivunja kingo zake na maji kuharibu miundo misingi katika maeneo mbalimbali nchini. Mawaziri katika wizara mbalimbali wamekuwa wakihutubia kikao cha waandishi wa habari wakiongozwa na waziri wa usalama wa ndani Fred Matiang'i.
And then another question is, what exactly is the fate of the people of the Kariobangi where they are not more during this time of the moment, 30 hours, and people fighting for it? Can you repeat the last question? You are not very audible.
I think you responded.
What is the fate of the Kariobangi people where their houses were demolished during these tough moments where the country is fighting with COVID-19, the 30 hours? Thank you.
Thank you. I think I'll respond to the one of Budalangi because I've just come from there. And my colleague CS Interior will respond to Kariobangi. For Budalangi, the floods are unprecedented. For the last 10 years, we have had dikes holding. That is why you've not been hearing of Budalangi for the last 10 years or so, because government constructed dikes there that have been holding. However, because of the rising water levels of Lake Victoria, there's a serious backflow. And the heavy rains that have been going on in the last few weeks, these combined have actually weakened the dikes. And the displacement you've seen in Bunyala South, Bunyala Central and West, moving the population to Bunyala North, is because after all these years, the dikes broke just last week. And everything is being done to restore these dikes. And my colleague, CS Cicely Kariuki, would elaborate on this. But the long-term solution, we already have the Lower Nzoia project that started several years ago that will see 5 billion applied to this area to build permanent dikes. These dikes alone will ensure that water in future, just the way the temporary dikes have held, the permanent dikes will be a permanent solution to the problem in Budalangi. But in Nyando, as you know, we have the Soin Koru Dam. And this is one issue that we will soon be going to Kisumu with the CS Kariuki to engage the county government. Because we are asking Kenyans, unless they give way, unless they give land for us to build dams to hold the water, for us to build dikes like in Budalangi, there are quite a number of families that have not given land for this period. There have been delays. The National Land Commission has the money, and the people have not moved. So that compensation process must be fast-tracked. The dikes must be built. So in Koru, there was already money put aside several years ago. But the politics around there, people are not ready to move or to give land. But as we speak, permanent solution would be dams to hold the water, check dams along the major rivers, whether you're talking of Tana or Nzoia, and the dikes that we are already constructing. Thank you.
I will ask the regional security team in Nairobi today, in fact after this meeting, working with the Nairobi Metropolitan Service and the others, to give me an accurate picture on exactly what is happening in Kariobangi. Then we can see what we can do about it. Because what I am told is that a number of people, that land has all along been known to be land meant for the expansion of the sewage project. And even those who lived there knew actually that they were illegally occupying the land. And what I was told as late as last night is that many of those who occupied the land left on their own volition once they were given notice to get out of the place. But we are responsible as public administrators and as public leaders. I will ask the regional security team to give me a report on Kariobangi later this afternoon, and I will look at it with my colleagues and see how to address the matter. But since I have this opportunity, I need to say this. And on this particular one, fellow Kenyans, there's a dimension about our life that is just amazing. The level of sometimes hypocrisy with which we live on some of these things. And for those of us in leadership, you're always faced with this very difficult situation. There are several government and public sector projects to be implemented. I chair the committee that was put up by the President on project implementation. And one inhibition and one challenge we are facing across the country in the implementation of projects is the amount of public land that has been grabbed by private individuals. And believe it or not, and I want to ask you, my brothers and sisters from the fourth estate, to also do your homework and know how much money, either in cases where we have even borrowed money as government to use to develop projects which we cannot develop because the land on which some of these projects are supposed to be developed has been grabbed by private individuals or encroached by people. And we cannot move. We have resources in our books to implement programs, but you cannot implement the programs because the land has been encroached or the land has been stolen by private individuals. The last time, I am informed by my colleagues, in the Ministry of Water and Irrigation, that the last time anybody paid serious attention to Nairobi's sewerage program is 1936. And look at how the population in Nairobi has grown. And the reason why this has not happened is that everywhere you go, in the case of Nairobi where you're supposed to do this expansion, the land has actually been grabbed or has been taken by private individuals. And people know this. People are told this in advance. You are actually sitting on public land. There's a project that is terminating here. We may be able to, probably open up and then pump sewage in this direction. People know this, but then either people don't move or they just continue staying there. I don't know, what we are supposed to do as public leaders. Are we supposed to, people are told a year in advance, 6 months in advance, 5 months in advance, then they will still come back later on and say, oh, we were not warned, we were not given enough notice, and so on and so forth. This is a matter on which I would like, that we be absolutely transparent with you. And we are going to start a system where we even avail some of these project documents to you as the media and you look at them. Some agreements that were reached long time ago on projects that cannot be implemented because the land has been encroached on, people have stolen, public land and so on and so forth. So we will deal with the issue of Kariobangi. I will ask the RC and the team to look into that matter and understand and figure out how we are going to help the Wananchi who are involved in that matter, because some of them, to be fair, actually, are innocent people who have been misled by, by land grabbers and by criminals in our midst. So we will try to resolve that problem. But I want to plead with you that while we solve that problem, also join us in asking all of us to be cooperative with the government, because sometimes government finds itself in a very difficult situation. You have borrowed and organized, a facility from the African Development Bank to expand a particular project. You cannot proceed because there are people who grab the land and they are sitting on it. Through the process of discussion, people are told they are involved, but it's always easy for people to claim, oh, we were not told, we were not given sufficient notice. This is not the right time for us to move out of the place, and so on and so forth. Some of these, to be very honest, absolutely honest, some of these are just excuses. Let us just face the truth. There's work we need to do for our country, and it's unfortunate that sometimes innocent people suffer in this process. But we will do the best we can to address the plight of some of our people. Some who are innocently caught in this kind of situation. But it's not that we are doing it as an unfeeling and caring, irresponsible government. Sometimes we also find ourselves in this very painful situation where you have a project to proceed and complete, but at the same time, there are innocent people who are sold public land and they were brought in that respect. So We will work together with the regional security team to address that issue of Kariobangi, and I will ensure that working with the rest of my colleagues in the team, we will sort it out, and we will try the best we can to alleviate the burden and the pain of our people. Thank you.